Hello, my name is Dr. Hanif Numan. I'm the Chief Sociologist of ReSCI Consulting, LLC, and I'd like to talk to you about our Organizational Silence Solution. The best way to describe organizational silence would be a scenario in which most employees know the truth about certain issues and problems within an organization, yet they dare not speak that truth to their superiors. That's what we mean by organizational silence. Our solution focuses more on the organizational factors that give rise to a particular reporting climate, as opposed to the personal factors that may influence individual reporting behavior. When we go into an organization to tease out organizational silence, we in essence do this in three ways. First, we explore the social dimensions of silence by identifying the type of ethical climate in order to unpack the collective dynamics that encourage employees to remain silent. Two, we gain a better sense of the employees' implicit theories about speaking up or not, and how these theories form as a way to better understand the decision to remain silent. And third, we learn more about the types of risk and dangers that employees are most concerned about. There are 5 types of climates in which an organization may be nurturing. The first type of climate is the instrumental climate. This climate encourages a norm of decision-making characterized by the maximization of one's own interests and disregarding the well-being of other people. The second type of climate is the caring climate. In contrast to the instrumental climate, a caring climate encourages employees to behave and to make decisions from a benevolent perspective. The third type of climate is the independence climate. Organizations with an independence climate encourage the norm of decision-making on the basis of personal morality and values. The fourth type of climate is the rules climate. This climate emphasizes sticking to the company's policies and procedures. The final type of climate is what's called the law and code climate. This climate emphasizes complying with the law and professional standards. Both the rules climate and the law and code climate encourage a norm of reporting work-related incidents, especially those involving violations of organizational rules or codes and laws. After we have identified the type of climate, we search for evidence of the causal factors that may bring about a climate of silence. The first of these 3 factors is the organizational structures and policies. These typically manifest themselves in ways such as a centralization of decision-making and a lack of formal upward feedback mechanisms. As one might imagine, an employee's willingness to voice work-related concerns and suggestions to their bosses depend on how approachable and responsive they perceive their supervisors to be. The second factor are the managerial practices, which, for example, may be a tendency to reject or respond negatively to dissent or feedback, especially from subordinates, and a lack of informal solicitation of negative feedback. Studies show that top managers fear receiving negative feedback, and when they do receive it, they try to ignore the message, dismiss it as inaccurate, or attack the credibility of the source. The third type of factor that may lead to organizational silence is the degree of demographic dissimilarity between employees and top managers. The differences include gender, race, ethnicity, and age. When a large number of employees see that people like themselves are underrepresented at the top, they may be more likely to conclude that their organization does not value the input of people like themselves. This, as you may imagine, may foster the belief that it is even more risky for them to honestly voice their opinions than it is for employees who are more similar to those at the top.